And we're live. Welcome back to Detroit Pissing Me Off today. It's the LA Clippers coming into Little Caesars Arena to take on your Detroit Pistons. And tonight, the Clippers coming off a nice victory in November, trying to come back and sweep the series 2-0 on the Pistons. Kawhi Leonard, I'm looking for him out there warming up. I don't see him, so I don't know if he'll be rested tonight. I'm guessing that he will be. Paul George I do see on the floor tonight, so it'll be interesting to see what lineup the Clippers are going to go with. We're going to find out here in about 1 minute as the game is about to get underway. All right, let's take a look at the NBA team standings at the moment. The Pistons firmly in place as the number one spot, positioned to get a top 5 pick, as the team with the worst record right now is the Detroit Pistons. And if they do finish last, they do have a guarantee to receive a top 5 selection. So they are at 8-27. The team closest to them would be the Charlotte Hornets at 9-24. We also have the Houston Rockets at 9-23. Those being the 3 teams that have the equal chance of having the number 1 overall pick and bringing in Frenchie Victor Wembanyama. Sick for Vic. The Pistons are going all out with the with the tank right now. Well, they've been trying hard. It's just not been good enough. The defense has been terrible this year, and it doesn't seem to be getting any better. Hopefully, things turn around here against the Clippers. I'd like to see a little bit more effort from Jaden Ivey, who's been playing a lot better offensively, but defensively he looks atrocious, and he's going to have to pick himself up on that end of the floor. Hopefully he can use these last half of the season to get back on track on that department and become more of a defensive player. Tonight's starting lineup should be the same as we've seen here recently, with Killian Hayes and Jaden Ivey in the backcourt, Bojan, Isaiah Stewart, and Jalen Duren. We're about set to tip off here in Detroit. So let's take a look at some news around the league. The Mavericks unveiled Dirk Nowitzki's statue before Christmas game versus the Lakers. The 24-foot statue depicts the one-leg fadeaway made famous by Nowitzki, the only NBA player to spend all 21 seasons with the same franchise. The Clippers this year rank 3rd in defensive rating and 3rd in fewest free throws allowed. Tonight will be interesting to see how the Pistons what kind of success the Pistons can have against that type of defense, as the Clippers coming off a tough loss against the Philadelphia 76ers, where they did blow a lead in that one. Let's take a look at the power rankings. The Celtics reclaim the top spot as the Nuggets and the Knicks climb. Right now we've got Boston ranked number uno. Number 2, the Denver Nuggets, 21-11. 3rd, the Cleveland Cavaliers, also trending upward. The Memphis Grizzlies at 4th. And Philadelphia 76ers at 5. Where do the Pistons rank? Well, folks, let's scroll down to the bottom and see they are dead last at the moment. They have a defensive rating of 29th, averaging 117. They're allowing 117.7 points a contest. And offensively ranked 25th at 110. So slightly better on the offensive end, but not enough to make a difference. The Pistons have made more than half of their first half shots in 6 straight games, scoring 124.5 points per game in their 100 first half possessions over that stretch. All 5 of their starters have shot 50% or better in the first half. Isaiah Stewart, 2 threes in the first 2 minutes in Atlanta on Friday, combining to shoot. And Jaden Ivey, who shot 18 points on 6 of 7 in the first half against Utah on Tuesday, combining to shoot 12 for 23 on first half 3-pointers. You can probably see where this is going. The second halves have been terrible. The Pistons have scored less than a point per possession over their last 6 second halves, with Ivey, Killian Hayes, and Bojan Bogdanovic combining to shoot 34 for 110, 31% from the field. Their 29th ranked defense has been particularly bad at 130 6.8 points per allowed 100 possessions. In the third quarter of that stretch, and their 5-game losing streak has come with 4 third quarters in which they've been outscored by at least 9 points. The Pistons are now 6-9, the only team with a losing record when leading at the half. Jaden Ivey's performance against Utah, he finished with a career-high 30 points on 10 of 14 shooting, was still encouraging. He continued to show flashes of being a clever playmaker, and he'll face some pretty good competition at the 2 spot this week. Ivey's highest scoring performance in a win came against Orlando on opening night. And the Magic will be back in Detroit on Wednesday when the Pistons will have a rest advantage. So this week we've got the LA Clippers tonight, versus Atlanta, at Chicago, and at Minnesota. Starting lineups tonight, same lineup for the Pistons. We got Reggie Jackson, Paul George, Nicholas Batum, Marcus Morris Sr., and Ivica Zubac. So no Kawhi Leonard tonight. This could be an opportunity for the Pistons to steal one at home. So hopefully we will see that in full display tonight as the Pistons try to go ahead and get a W, steal one. It's okay. We can win a few here and still get Victor Wembanyama, hopefully. Tyronn Lue, the head coach for the Clippers. All right, now let's talk about James Harden addresses the report that he would consider returning to the Houston Rockets. Kind of surprising for me as tip-off is underway. And the Pistons win the tip. It's Killian Hayes up top front here. He's going to, find Bojan in the corner, who does fake it and bring it in for a 2-point shot. Falls on his butt, but swishes it, and the Pistons are off to a nice 2-0 start. Reggie Jackson off to Paul George. Now talking back about James Harden, would he fit back in Houston? A team already young. Why would he want to go back to a tanking ball club? A team in development. I just don't see that as a good fit for him. Just 2 years from when he left the franchise, demanded a trade. Zubac with the basket for the Clippers. And here comes Jaden Ivey on the other end. Kicks it out to Killian. Thinks about the 3. Dribbles between his legs. Step back 3. And it's off the mark. Rebound Zubac. And here comes Paul George into Pistons territory. Morris handoff back to George. George. 3-point step back 3-pointer. It's off the rim. No good. But Zubac grabs the rebound. No box out there. Reggie Jackson in the corner for 3, and he drops it. There are second chance points already starting a 3-0 advantage for the Clippers. Something the Pistons need to do a better job of is protecting the glass. Jaden Ivey mid-range jumper misses, but Jalen Duren is there for the offensive rebound. Thinking of second chance points, see if we can capitalize, but Jalen Duren throws it away to Reggie Jackson, who comes back the other direction, lays it up, and lays it in, and the Clippers are off to a 7-2 start. The Pistons have been playing pretty well in the first quarters lately, so let's see if they can get back on track here early. Killian past to Ivey. Ivey tries a 3, and it's a good-looking shot, and it's down 7-5. Pistons trail the Clippers. All right. ESPN reported on Christmas Day that the former Rocket star could come back to Houston if he leaves Philadelphia. The Beard back in Houston. A report from ESPN's Adrian Wojnarowski mentioned All-Star guard James Harden would consider a reunion with the Houston Rockets when he hits free agency in July. While the report only cites Harden's inner circle, the Philadelphia 76ers guard addressed it on Sunday following the Sixers' 119-112 win over the New York Knicks. I'm here, told NBC Sports Philadelphia. We're playing very well, and I don't know where that report came from, but I'm excited to be here, and we're playing well. We're continuing to get better. So he denies all accusations of the report. Of course, he's going to during the middle of the season. The 33-year-old Harden is less than 2 years removed from being traded by the Rockets to the Brooklyn Nets. He didn't mince words about the team on his way out. We're just not good enough, Harden said of the team after a disappointing loss. What the? What the heck? I do apologize, folks. What? All right. Sorry about that. I don't know why that came up. Dadgummit. All right. Pistons on the drive. Jalen Duren Almost got the board off the miss. Here come the Clippers. Paul George throws it out of bounds. The Pistons will take the rock. They're down 9-5. Now let's get into some trade rumors. Trae Young and Luka Doncic should become teammates. The Mavs currently have the top betting odds for Hawks trade. Isaiah Stewart picks up the three, and it's down. Isaiah Stewart continues his solid three-point shooting. There is a clear disconnect between the Trae Young and the Atlanta Hawks. Paul George for three. It's off the rim. Rebound, Killian Hayes, and the Pistons pushing it up the floor. Takes the screen off of Durant. He throws it away to Paul George. Terrible pass. He's trying to find Jaden Ivey in the corner. Ugh. Those turnovers have been a major issue this year. Reggie Jackson thinks about the three, doesn't take it. Gives it to Paul George, who penetrates back to Reggie Jackson. This time will shoot the three, and he drains it. All right, so Trae Young and Luka Doncic. Would that be a nice pairing? For me, that would be an offensive juggernaut with a defensive nightmare. Bojan from the corner for three. Air ball, a rare air ball by Bojan. But it's going to, I believe, stay for Detroit. I believe the Clippers knocked it out of bounds. Although the Dallas Mavericks could, in theory, shock everyone by making an unforeseen splashy trade before the February 9 deadline, it's much more likely they'll wait for the offseason before potentially pushing all their chips to the middle of the table. Inbound to Jaden Ivey. Jaden Ivey hits Killian Hayes on the corner. He's got a wide open shot, and he drops it like it's hot. And the three-pointer is good. And the Pistons trail 12-11. Reggie Jackson, guarded by Ivey. Over to Marcus Morris Jr. or senior, or whatever he is. He misses the jumper. Killian Hayes with the rebound. And Killian passes it to Ivey. Ivey's going to penetrate. And Jaden Ivey trying to get the ball on a bounce pass to Jalen Duren. And another turnover for the Pistons. Yeah. The reason why the Dallas Mavericks would probably not make that trade is because, unless tragedy strikes, the Mavs will be conveying their 2023 first-round pick to the New York Knicks during June's draft. The final pick owed from the 2019 Kristaps Porzingis trade. So the Mavericks low on draft capital. Here comes Ivey. He's going to penetrate. Kick it out to Isaiah Stewart, who's going to take it inside. And the slam. No, he lost control of the rock. He had a nice little move there and just lost control. Ooh, I think there was a offensive foul there by Killian. Very wild. That'll be all, folks. No. Killian Hayes, a job well done, taking the charge from Reggie Jackson as Reggie Jackson was trying to find your man in the corner. But it's going the other way. Killian Hayes brings it up the court. Ivey drives off the Killian. Killian's going to penetrate. Trying to find his mid-range jumper, and it's short. Rebounded by the LA Clippers. There has been a rift between Young and the Hawks this season. He doesn't seem to see eye to eye with head coach Nate McMillan. Here comes Bojan to the drive. Jaden Ivey's going to think about the three and then drive on Reggie Jackson. And he's going to put it up, and he's going to miss the lay-in there. Contested by Jackson. Nicholas Batum, nice fake, and the lay-in. He did miss, but he was fouled. I think that was on either Isaiah Stewart or Killian Hayes. Both were in the general vicinity. According to a report by Bleacher Report, Chris Haynes, Young might be the next big superstar to demand a trade depending on how the postseason goes for Atlanta this season. I'm guessing it's not going to go well. They've just been a 500 ball club this year, so I don't see them getting past the first round if they are able to get through the play-in tournament. Young, only the age of 24, is one of the best three-point shooters and shot creators and assist makers in the league. The Mavs making a blockbuster trade is probably a matter of when and not if. The Dallas front office knows it must upgrade its roster to maximize Doncic's chances of completing for a championship season after before his contract ends. Whether trading for a guard like Young gets the Mavs where they want to go or not can be debated, but it's a big move that Dallas might be able to swing if given the opportunity. I think the Mavs would be better served to get a guy like who the Hawks traded for already from the Spurs in DeJounte Murray, but Hawks probably not gonna trade DeJounte Murray. Probably rather get rid of the disgruntled Trae Young. Of course, Doncic and Young were traded for in the NBA draft. So far, that deal looks to be a bit of an advantage for the Dallas Mavericks. However, both teams are struggling around the 500 mark. Luka Doncic was named NBA's Western Conference Player of the Week. His statistics, leading the Mavs to a 3-1 record, averaged 31.5 points, 8 rebounds, 9 assists, and 2.3 steals. Doncic's week featured a 50-point performance against the Houston Rockets, which joined him with Dirk Nowitzki as the only players in franchise history with multiple 50-point performances. He wrapped it up by recording 32 points, 9 rebounds, and 9 assists against LeBron James and the Los Angeles Lakers on Christmas Day. Doncic has won an 8 Career Player of the Week awards in his NBA career, all of which have come since 2019 to 2020. No player has earned more Western Conference Player of the Week nods during the last 4 seasons. Only Giannis Antetokounmpo and Jason Tatum have achieved more. Nowitzki has the most Western Conference Player of the Week nods in Mavs history with 16. It has been a strong season for Doncic, averaging 32.8 points a game, 8.3 rebounds, and 8.7 assists, and 1.7 steals. I would say he and back-to-back champion or MVP Nikola Jovic have been the 2 best players this season. Can't really count out Giannis Antetokounmpo either. Killian Hayes thinking about the 3 and then does take the 3 and he drains it over Reggie Jackson. And Killian's off to a nice little start from the outside. They've hit 3 3-point shots, 2 for Killian Hayes and 1 for Isaiah Stewart here in the early going. Reggie Jackson coming off the screen there from the big fella Zubac. Takes the jumper. He was inside the 3-point lane, but he does drop it down, and the Clippers back up on top 15-14. Bojan handles the rock. Here comes a screen from Durant. Takes it on Zubac and misses the lay-in. Goodness, that's a couple of missed lay-ins for the Pistons already. Paul George on the other end working on Bojan. Feeling the mismatch, takes the jumper and drops it. All right, let's talk about the NBA milestone watch, shall we? LeBron James, as Killian Hayes takes a 3 from the corner and knocks another one down. That's 3 3-pointers in the first quarter for Killian Hayes, feeling it from the outside. He has been a little bit rocky from downtown here recently. We have a tie ball game at 17. Paul George driving on Bojan again. Durant faces him, tries to stop him, but Paul George is able to get the ball off the cup and put it in. Alec Burks has entered the game in for Jaden Ivey, and Burks, nice little feed there to Jalen Duren in the lane, and Jalen Duren with a soft little 2-foot lay-in. 19 apiece, and we've got a foul on either Bojan or Killian, I do believe. Paul George showing that nice little ISO on Bojan the previous possession. And then he drives again and finishes over Duren. I think I'd rather see Killian Hayes guarding Paul George than good old Bojan. Bojan just doesn't seem to be up for the challenge. 3-point shot for Marcus Morris. And he just scored a 3-pointer. The Clippers lead 22-19. Burks driving. Kick out to Isaiah Stewart. Over to Killian Hayes. Back to Stewart. Stewart thinking three. Puts the ball on the floor. Drives in. Backs up a bit. Double team. Coming to Killian. Killian free throw shot. And he got the roll. And Killian's offense continue. He's off to a fabulous start with 11 first quarter points of the Pistons 21. They trail by 1, 22-21. And we've got a timeout on the floor. All right, so back to the NBA milestone watch. LeBron James set to make history in 2023. Who else will climb up the record books? It's easy to lose track of the NBA record book. In most cases, we're dealing with enormous 4- and 5-digit numbers, and unlike a sport like baseball where raw numbers tend to dominate, basketball statistics largely deal in averages. I can't tell you how many points Michael Jordan scored in his career off the top of my head, but I can tell you he averaged around 30 points per contest. So to make the process a bit easier, let's dive into the NBA record book ahead of the new year. Who is going to make history in 2023? One player stands out, but there are plenty of milestones to be reached in the near future. The LeBron category. In case you've been living under a rock, LeBron James is very, very close to breaking the NBA's all-time scoring record. As of this writing, he is 629 points behind Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's all-time record of 38,387. At his current rate of 27.8 points per contest, he is just 23 games away from making history. Barring injuries, that would allow him to break the record on February 9th against the Milwaukee Bucks. That is the biggest record LeBron is going to break this season, but he's going to climb the ladder in several other key areas. James currently ranks 6th in NBA history with 10,211 assists. By the end of the season, he will likely be ranked 4th, passing Mark Jackson with 10,334, and Steve Nash, who has one more than Jackson. He also ranks 10th in steals, but has a good chance to catch 9th place Clyde Drexler, who is 43 steals ahead of him. All right, so we probably won't see any more top 10 scores this season, but there is a slim chance we could. Carmelo is a meager 307 points behind Shaquille O'Neal. But the problem is Carmelo is not employed. Maybe that'll change. If it doesn't, Anthony is stuck at number 11. Someone who isn't stuck, Kevin Durant, has 26,484 points. He ranks 19th in NBA history. And a attainable goal for the season would be Dan Issel at 27,482. He's in 12th place with his ABA points included. Durant's Nets have 49 games left this season. Durant would need to average roughly 20.4 points per game if he played in all of them, which shouldn't be an issue. Hopefully he stays healthy. Well, whatever. Anyways, back to the action here. The former Piston Luke Kennard has checked in. He was the 12th overall pick by the Pistons in 2017. Acquired from the Pistons 11-19 and 2020 in a 3-team trade with the Nets. All right. Clippers with the ball. And Marcus Morris for 3. And he's going to be off the mark. Bet. We got Killian Hayes fighting with Paul George. Gets the rebound. Bojan on the drive. And yes, the kiss off the glass gets the roll. And the Pistons got a 1-point lead, folks. Kawhi Leonard out tonight. He is resting. Luke Kennard leads the NBA with a 48.9% percentage in field goal range. Why could he not do that in Detroit is my question. Killian Hayes over to Alex Burks. Alex Burks guarded by Kennard. 3-point shot underway. Falls to the ground. No foul is called. Rebounds. Fighting over Durant. Nice job getting on the floor. Taps to Killian Hayes. Back to Durant. Durant's going to try a little drive. Back off to Killian Hayes. Killian Hayes trying to keep that 3-point. Oh, the heat check. No good. But rebound Saddiq Bey. And Saddiq Bey misses the lay in there. Here comes Bojan. Bojan drives all the way to the cup and missed the layup. But Jalen Durant was back for the emphatic dunk. Well played there by Jalen Duren as he continues to be a beast on the glass. And offensive rebounds, like we talked about early in the game, would be big as the Clippers got the first one, but the Pistons have had the last 5, leading 5-1 in the offensive rebound category. Paul George driving on Duren, and he puts up the shot. He's able to go off the glass and then roll around the rim and falls through. The Pistons still lead by 125-24. Killian Hayes trying to set up Bojan. Bojan's got the rock now. And we've got a foul here, I believe. Who was this on? Maybe Paul George? I don't know. Really nice drive there by Bojan on the previous possession. Missed the lay-in, though. But Jalen Duren was there for the putback. We've got 3 seconds in the lane without guarding, so Bojan gets the technical foul free throw and makes it 26-24 in favor of your Detroit Pistons. All right. Oh, Bojan lost the rock there, and it's a steal there by Norman Powell. And he takes it to the cup and gets the points off the turnovers. Oh, that hurts. That hurts deep. Bojan for 3. Bojan drops it. And that was a wide open look, and he made the Clippers pay. As Bojan has missed a few other shots he should have made. Finish this one. The Pistons are shooting hot in the first quarter, 6 of 10 from beyond the arc, as the Clippers hanging in there with 3 of 7, and the Pistons lead by 3, 29-26. Norman Powell posting up on Killian. Jumper, and it's missed. Rebound by Alex Burks. Good hustle. Ooh, nearly lost it on the Paul George reach-in, but no fouls called. Bojan drives and is fouled as he was trying to feed Jalen Duren. 53 seconds remaining in the first quarter. The Pistons lead 29-26. All right, Killian with the rock, holding the rock. Looking for some action. Hits Bojan. Bojan feeds to Duren, who kicks it out to Burks for 3. Burks in the corner for 3, and it's down. And the Pistons are looking good here in the first quarter. Hopefully they can keep it up for 3 or 4 quarters, as they have been struggling mightily in the third quarter. Paul George drives, and he drew the contact on Bojan. Bogdanovich, whatever. And it really looked like Paul George was really leaning in with that shoulder, but Bojan couldn't get his feet set, so he is called for the personal foul. And this will bring Paul George to the line. He didn't seem to be in the act of shooting, so I'm a little bit perplexed of why he gets the free throws here. And the Pistons are not in the penalty, so I guess they said he was in the act of continuation, but I disagree. First free throw is good by George. Second one is also good. Killian Hayes to throw the ball inbounds to Bojan Bogdanovic. Bogdanovic coming in. He's going to feed it to Duren. Nice little underhand scoop for the slam. Nicely done by Bojan on that one. Kennard shoots a 3. Like I said previously, he is number 1 in three-point percentage in the NBA. I don't recall him being that efficient in Detroit, maybe mid-30s. 48.9% has been dead-eye in Los Angeles. Bogdanovic has scored 20-plus points in 7 of Detroit's 8 Ws. And Jaden Ivey is third among rookies with 15 and a half points per game. Alec Burks Alley-oop to Jalen Duren. And he skies over Norman Powell, and gets the dunk. The Pistons have scored 36 points in the first quarter, and now we have a trap there and a three-point shot by George, and George misses. And the Pistons have a 5-point lead, scoring 36 points in the first quarter. Still defensively allowed 31. That is where the Pistons continue to struggle. And 36 points per quarter is unsustainable, as we've seen in the third quarter recently. The Pistons have really dropped the ball and lost those ball games. So, anyways, go ahead and smash that like button, hit the notification bell, and hit the like button so we can get this Detroit Piston Me Off channel to love that algorithm to love Detroit Piston Me Off. So do me a solid. Come on. Oh, we got a aprendido con Julio. He says, I am from Mexico. My English is bad. Well, quiero hablar en español ahora por ti, mi amigo. Los Pistons jugando muy bien en la primero. Lo siento mucho, mi español es lo mismo, es muy malo. Por eso. Pero yo vive en Argentina por 6 meses, en Ecuador por 3 meses. Mucho tiempo en el pasado. Pero mi español es muy básico. Entonces, me voy a hablar en inglés ahora. Okay, back to English. Just kind of practicing a little bit. But thank you. It says, Lorden with Julio. Aprendido con Julio. So I appreciate you coming on the chat there. And if you've already left, I do apologize, but I was in the zone. But I think we got a new subscriber from Julio because it just jumped up a bit. So hey, that's good things. Things are looking up. All right. Let's talk a little bit about what Nikola Jovic, Jason Tatum, and Luka Doncic did in their wins on Christmas Day. Nikola Jovic. How do you not give this guy a three-peat on the MVPs after putting up Wilt the Stilt type numbers? 41 points, 15 assists, and 15 rebounds. Unbelievable. He also had a game last week of 27 rebounds, and he shot 64% from the field against Phoenix, including 2 of 4 from beyond the arc and 7 of 9 from the free throw line. The Nuggets have won 7 of their last 8 and now in sole possession of the Western Conference #1 seed. And Jokic has to be the MVP frontrunner. We're back on the field here. Luke Kennard with the Rock. The Pistons lead by 5 at the end of the first quarter, beginning of the second. Luke Kennard coming off the screen, shoots the 3. This time, no good. Rebound. Stewart almost lost it, but he regains possession. Jaden Ivey is checked back in now. This is what I like to see. I want to see them stagger their minutes now that Killian is out. Jaden can kind of run the offense. Kevin Knox is now also in the ballgame, along with Alec Burks, Isaiah Stewart, and Saddiq Bey. Missed by Burks, and then the rebound is by Zubac, and here comes the LA Clippers. Jason Tatum. Rebound by Isaiah Stewart. Here comes Saddiq Bey. He's going to take it himself, and he really had a guy. He really had Burks he could have passed to, but he tends to be a garbage collector, and so he just doesn't. I mean, it goes in. When he gets the rock, he's just like a black hole sometimes, and he didn't miss a free lay-in there. Ivy, though, also misses another layup, and it's just like, what's going on here, guys? Come on. Luke Kennard doesn't miss that three-pointer, and unfortunate there. The Pistons now only lead by 2, as you cannot give Luke Kennard open looks from three-point land, but they did it in transition. Jaden Ivey driving in, and he's going to put it up, and I thought he was fouled, but no call on Zubac, and he missed the lay-in once again. And the Clippers come down with a quick 3 miss, rebound Kevin Knox. So a little bit of sloppy ball play right here, right now, being played on both ends of the floor, especially on the Detroit side. Here comes Burks. Burks' little meaty range jumper, and he's can't get the roll, and the Pistons seem to have a little bit of a lid on the rim here in the second quarter. The Clippers will inbound, trailing by 2 with 10 minutes and 9 seconds remaining. Let's still talk a little bit about Jason Tatum, shall we? Oh, yeah, we shall. Jason Tatum had 41 points, 7 rebounds, and 5 assists. Whew, and he did it in prime time. When he's going off, he's usually in prime time lately. Jason Tatum always up for the challenge. And going head-to-head with Giannis Antetokounmpo certainly qualifies. Tatum was lethal from all 3 levels on Sunday, hitting 3 of 7 from deep, 3 of 4 from the mid-range, and 8 of 11 in the paint. Zubac shot. And he was called for a offensive foul. I believe he pushed off, and the Pistons get the rock. Tatum also went 10 for 10 from the free throw line, where he's posting a career 8.5 attempts per game this season. Jordan Poole, also huge in his Christmas game, went for 32 points. Jaden Ivey with the drive, kicks it to Stewart, and Stewart coughs it up, and here comes the Clippers. Turnovers still becoming a factor for the Pistons. John Wall entered the game and hits a mid-range jumper, and Dwayne Casey wants to talk it over. He does not like what he sees on the floor right now, as the Pistons have been very lethargic offensively and pretty shite on the defensive end. Can't let John Wall get in there and hit those free throws basically on you with nobody contesting, as Jaden Ivey was lost on the screen. And we've got a timeout like we said here, and so we're going to talk a little bit about Jordan Poole, who went off for 32 points in 29 minutes. Poole has entered Christmas averaging 28 points a game in games Stephen Curry hasn't played, and he continued that trend on Sunday with 32 points in just 29 minutes. Poole was clearly in cook mode early, jitterbugging all over to create shots and moving without the ball for catch and shoots. He had a shot at 40, but was ejected for picking up a second technical foul midway through the fourth quarter. We previously talked about Luka Doncic also going off for 32 points, 9 rebounds, and 9 assists. Also, Joel Embiid looked fantastic on Christmas Day, scoring 35 points and grabbing 8 rebounds as he finished 12 of 22 from the field and got to the line 15 times, sinking 10. He was doing work from his office, putting the ball on the floor from the free throw line extended and the elbow area, and he got his mid-range jumper, which has been efficient all year long. Going with 15 third-quarter points before Philly made its move with a 24-9 run over the bulk of the fourth quarter. James Harden, a big game, also 29 points and 13 assists. Harden has been playing terrific since returning to the lineup, and he again made everything go on Christmas for a Sixers team that has won 8 straight. He finished with 5 3-pointers and matched Embiid with 10 made free throws. Harden in the pick and roll is still a virtually guaranteed quality shot. Harden has tallied a remarkable 34 assists over his last 2 games. Unbelievable. Christian Wood for the Dallas Mavericks went off, a guy who doesn't play a lot of defense, but in this one he got enough offense to compensate for that. 30 points, 8 rebounds, and 7 assists. So, ain't that a doozy? All right, 36-36. Pistons are set to end the battle of the basketball. Now, some players that played well on Christmas Day in the losing effort, LeBron James did that. He was shot 13 of 23, posting 38 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists. But the Lakers fall once again without Anthony Davis. Julius Randle came out on fire, hitting 4 of his first 6 3-pointers through a quarter and a half. But he was shut out from deep after that. Still went up with 35 points. Kevin Knox for 3 from the corner. It's off the rim, no good. Stewart fights hard over Zubac for the rebound, and he sets back up the offense over to Sadiq Bey. He goes back to Stewart. Stewart's got a 3-point shot, and it's down. Isaiah Stewart continues the hot hand from behind the arc, and the Pistons take the lead 39-36 as Isaiah Stewart has dropped in 2 from outside, and Killian Hayes with 3. The Pistons are shooting hot from behind the arc. Alley-oop attempt there by the Clippers missed, but out to Powell for 3, and it's good. And back to a tie ball game. Jaden Ivey running the point A little log jam there. Feeds to Sadiq Bey. Sadiq Bey drops in a 3. Nice to see him getting an outside shot to drop as he has struggled from that range this season. Nice drive by Powell. Gets the easy basket on the lay-in. Jaden Ivey bringing it back the other end. Double team. Feeds Sadiq for another 3-point attempt, and this one is good. Ooh, Sadiq heating up with a quick 6 points. Very nice. And the Pistons have their largest lead, I believe, at 45 to 41. 8 minutes to go in the half. Pistons hot from outside, 10 of 16. Clippers also 6 of 13 from behind the arc. Another 3-point shot by Powell misses, but Zubac grabs the rebound and feeds to John Wall, who drops in another 3-pointer. Second chance opportunities right there, Barry. Los Angeles. All right. Jaden Ivey. Feed to Sadiq Bey. Sadiq Bey guarded by Luki Kennard. Little medium range jumper, and it's short. So he's feeling it from 3-point range, but can't hit the elbow jumper. Here comes John Wall. Ooh, drives past Knox, kicks it to Kennard. Kennard free throw shot. Oh, and he airballed that bad boy. Must have got a piece of that maybe on the tip. Oh, and Burks, nice idea trying to lob to Isaiah Stewart, but Stewart cannot come down with it. It's a turnover. And the Clippers do not make them pay as Powell misses a 3 from the corner. And here comes Jaden Ivey. And the Pistons, with 7 minutes to go, lead 45 to 44 in the half. Jaden Ivey off the screen from Sadiq Bey. And then another screen by Stewart, but doesn't use it. And then he is fouled. Wall got a piece of the ball, but also a piece of Ivey. And so Ivey will get to the line to shoot 2. Like I was saying earlier, Julius Randle also had a nice game in defeat, scoring 35 points and 8 rebounds. Will he be a trade piece? He's definitely coming up in trade rumors as he's had a nice season. Will the Knicks be a seller or a buyer at the trade deadline? Ja Morant, another MVP contender, has been one of my favorite players to watch. Unfortunately, he has torched the Pistons, but he finished on Christmas Day with 32 points, 8 assists, and 7 rebounds on better than 50% shooting as Jaden Ivey drops in the free throws, and it's 47-44 in favor of your Detroit Pistons. All right. Here comes Reggie Jackson. Feed to Kennard. Kennard for 3. Kennard misses, but it's a long bounce, and Zubac picks it up around the 3-point line. Another offensive rebound. Kennard, wide open, left alone, is not going to miss that medium-range jumper. Defensively, once again, the Pistons just are not looking good. But offensive, keeping them in the ballgame as it has in the first half for the last few games. Hopefully the second half is a different story. Outside to Sadiq Bey. Sadiq Bey drives, and I believe he traveled or pushed off. Sadiq Bey trying to do a little bit too much. He's got guys open. He's got to find those cats. Isaiah Stewart was guarding Kennard, but then just left him alone to pick up Zubac. Nobody picked up Kennard, and Kennard was able to get that medium-range jumper in the last possession. Here comes Norman Powell, and he is, I believe, fouled by Sadiq Bey. And I think he may be headed to the line. On second thought, it's going to be a side out. Kennard will throw the ball in. Reggie Jackson drives. And he's able to get that kiss off the glass over Isaiah Stewart. Clippers back on top by 1. We're going to be going until halftime, folks. Second half, hopefully, will be good for the Pistons as they've been struggling mightily as Jaden Ivey misses the medium-range jumper. Kennard drives, feeds to Jackson, over to Powell. Powell driving. Powell is, I'm going to call a offensive foul, or was that a travel. I think, let's watch this again here. Oh, never mind. We're going to watch Reggie Jackson drive and put up a crazy lay-in that he was able to feed off the glass for 2. It's the Pistons ball. Hamidou Diallo has checked in the ball game now as the Pistons trail 48-47. Nicholas Batum guarding Jaden Ivey on the inbounds. Jaden Ivey gets across the timeline. Over to Saddiq Bey in the corner. Sadiq's going to try a three-pointer. Bam! He's feeling it tonight. He's got 3 three-pointers for Saddiq. Good to see him feeling the outside shot. I would like to see that trade value go up a little bit. Either that or just keep him right now. He's still, if he becomes a three-point shooter again, he definitely has value. Hamidou Diallo trying to find Knox in the corner, batted away by Luke Kennard. It'll be side out for the Pistons as they lead by 2, 50-48, 4:49 left in the second quarter. Killian Hayes back in the ball game. Will throw the inbound pass out to Hamidou Diallo. Gosh darn, almost lost it, but he gets it to Isaiah Stewart, who drives to the rack and feeds it off the glass for 2. Nice drive there by Isaiah Stewart, something he has been doing a little bit more of lately, and he's off to a nice little start here in the first half. Drive by Reggie Jackson. Jackson, throws it off of the calf of Isaiah Stewart. Here come the Pistons. Hamidou over to Saddiq Bey. Screen by Stewart. Saddiq for 3 again. He's feeling it. And nope. And almost got the rebound was Isaiah Stewart, but it looks like there was a personal foul on the Clippers. I believe on Morris. Let's watch that last drive there by Stewart on Morris. Oh, beautiful. Very nice. Very nice body control by Isaiah Stewart. He's got 8 points on 3 of 4 shooting so far tonight. Very nice in the first half. 2 3-pointers. Killian Hayes, 3 3-pointers and 3 for Saddiq Bey. Pistons have been hot from downtown. Can they keep that hot hand in the second half? Killian Hayes driving on Mr. Morris. He's going to try that little floater jumper. Not a good-looking shot. It's off. And here comes Paul George. Paul George with the drive. Gets it all the way in, which collapses the defense, and he finds a wide-open Luke Kennard, who, like I said, has been money from outside this year, and he brings the Clippers back to within 1. Jalen Duren passed in from, he feeds Hamidou Diallo. Diallo, tough shot in the lane, and he's going to draw contact and get the foul and head to the line for 2 shots. Amigos, vamos a la Pistons por la próxima jugando. All right, Hamidou Diallo free throw. Ooh, off the rim, bounces away. He'll get a second one to see if he can split it. NBA All-Star voting is live December 20th through January 21st. Go to Pistons.com/vote to vote for your favorite Pistons. I would say Bojan should get a few votes as Hamidou Diallo misses both free throws. Goodness gracious. Come on, Hamidou. Paul George is going to pass the ball to Luke Kennard over to Zubac. Zubac finds George, who finds an open Nicholas Batum from the corner, and the shot goes out but then back in, and now we've got a lead for the Clippers. 3 minutes to go until halftime. 54-52 Clippers. Killian Hayes with the rock. Feeding Bojan. Oh, Nicholas Batum knocked it loose. And it's out of bounds. Clippers wanted a foul on Bojan, but don't believe they called it. Yeah, he did kind of push him out the way there. Out the way. He did indeed push him, but there was no call. Or was there? Yes, there was no call. Pistons retained possession. Killian driving. Medium range jumper. Oh, he got another one to go. He is looking great from that medium range jumper. I love when he goes to work in that mid range. The three-pointer is kind of hit or miss, but he's been dropping in those mid-rangers like money here lately. He's having a great first half with 13 points on 5 of 10 shooting. 3 of those coming from beyond the arc. Morris from the corner. He's going to go to the line for a 4-point play as he drops it in. Saddiq Bey called for the foul. He probably would have missed it if he didn't foul him. So just terrible there by Saddiq Bey. Saddiq Bey's defense has been the Achilles heel for the young man and his three-point shooting. Something he was brought in as a 3-and-D type of player. Hasn't panned out in that regard. We've seen him go on fire and scored a 50-point game last year, but that's not happening tonight. But he has had three-pointers, so he's playing at least a little bit better. But defensively, he's got to go out there and, maybe get some, I don't know, do some drills with his footwork or something. Something needs to be done for Saddiq Bey on the defensive end. And we've got a timeout on the floor. Let's take a look at some statistics from this ballgame. I love me some stats. Oh, yes, sir. All right. As I said, Clippers lead the game 57-54. 2 minutes and 33 seconds left to go in halftime. They are led by Reggie Jackson, who was a perfect 5 for 5 from the field. 14 points tonight, but he does have 3 personal fouls. Luke Kennard, second on the team in scoring, shooting 3 of 5 from the arc, 4 of 7 overall for 11 points. Terrence Mann also Norman Powell also 7 points off the bench for the Clippers. Paul George with 8 points on 3 of 8 shooting, but he's missed all 3 of his 3-point attempts. He does have 4 assists and 2 steals. So the Pistons, looking at their turnover situation tonight, they have turned the ball over 7 times. Not terrible, definitely not good. One thing we've seen tonight is no Corey Joseph. I like how they staggered Jaden Ivey to come off the bench and play at the point. However, he has struggled mightily in terms of shooting at 1 for 6, but he does have 5 assists. Got to watch the personal foul. Does have 2. He is the only Piston with more than 1 tonight, so looking good there. Jalen Duren, perfect 4 for 4 from the field tonight. Also 4 rebounds. Well, another double-double be in the cards for him, looking good in that department. If he can grab some rebounds, which I think he will in the second half. At 8 points in, 4 rebounds. Isaiah Stewart tonight, 8 points, 2 rebounds, an assist and a steal, filling up the stat sheet. Like to see him get a few more rebounds, but hey, it works out. Bojan, 2 assists tonight to go along with his 8 points on 3 of 6 shooting, 1 for 2 from behind the arc. And Killian Hayes, like I said, 5 for 10, 3 for 5 from beyond the arc, 3 rebounds, and 3 assists with just 1 turnover. Jaden Ivey leads the team in turnovers with 2. So leading in 2 statistical categories in personal fouls and turnovers. So come on, Jaden. Hopefully he's able to come out in the second half and play well. Off the bench, top player for the Pistons, Saddiq Bey, 3 threes tonight. He's got 9 points to go along with a nice little 4 boards, an assist, and a steal. So good job for Saddiq. And that's about all we've got off the bench. Scoring, Burks is just 1 for 4. All right, back in the action here. The Pistons trail 58-54. Here comes the drive by Bojan. And he was fouled, I do believe, on his shot. So he will head to the line to shoot a couple. Been streaming almost for 1 hour, so we're going to call it quits here shortly. Thanks for joining me today, and we'll see you next time on Detroit Pissing Me Off. Bojan this year, 20.8 points a contest, 3.6 rebounds, shooting over 40% from behind the arc. First free throw is down and good. The second free throw Swish. Pistons bring it back to within 2. Here comes Marcus Morris bringing the ball down the court. Guarded by Isaiah Stewart. Over to John Wall. John Wall guarded by Killian Hayes. Pass over to George. He's got to look for a 3-point from the corner or from the elbow, and he drops it in. So George started to do work. Clippers lead by 5. Killian Hayes with the rock. Passes to Duran. Nice little pass there to Bojan, who gets the ball to Diallo. Diallo takes it all the way to the rack and gets the lay-in off the glass. Good. He gave up the 3. I don't like seeing Diallo shoot 3s. He drove all the way to the cup, got a nice little look, and finished. And now he comes down with the rebound. So Hamidou pushing the ball up the floor over to Bojan. Bojan with a jumping leaner. Got it to fall and the foul. And the Pistons are just down by 1. And Bojan will try to tie the ball game up here from the line. Sick-looking drive there and jumper for Bojan as he was fouled by, I don't know, was it, you didn't really see any contact there, but I guess they got Morris for it. Or no, George. George was called for the personal. Bojan drops the free throw, and we've got a minute and a half left, and we've got a tie ball game here at Little Caesars Arena, 61-61. John Wall dribbling the ball past the timeline. Over to Paul George. Paul George guarded by Duran. Here comes Killian Hayes on the trap, who feeds Marcus Morris. Oh, and a nice steal there as Duran got the tip, and Killian Hayes comes away with it. He's going to throw alley-oop. Oh, it was just a little bit far off the mark there for Duran to handle it. He got a hand on it, but couldn't tap it in. Oh, and Bojan almost got the steal, but Terrence Mann from the corner drops in a 3. Or was that John Wall? That's John Wall. John Wall, excuse me, drops in the 3 from the corner. So that could have been, that very nice if Killian could connect with Duran on that alley-oop, but then the other goes the other way, and 3-pointer by Wall. Killian Hayes pass to Duran. Duran trying to go for his 10th point. Oh, can't get it to fall. Oh. Duran, I like him being aggressive, though. When he gets the ball in that close, he needs to keep putting up the shots. Oh. Pistons crashed the rebound on that one, but offensive rebound for the Clippers as the ball bounced out to John Wall. John Wall, guarded by Stewart, feeds it to Morris. Morris, jumper off the glass in the basket. And the Pistons have allowed 66 points. Once again, defensively looking atrocious and just not pretty. Not the Piston type of, defense that we're used to here in Detroit. Well, it's been bad, awfully bad, but I'm saying the winning success has not been there. Killian Hayes on the drive to Bojan. Bojan finds Hamidou, who Diallo puts it up, and it's missed off the rim. And here comes, time has expired. Shot, almost dropped by George from 3/4 court, but it is missed and off the rim. So the Pistons, once again in the first half, scoring points, but offensively is not enough because the Clippers score more. 66-61. Detroit pissed me off. We're going to sign off tonight, folks. Do me a solid. Come on. Hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell to be reminded when my videos go live. And I'll see you next time on Detroit Pissing Me Off. Do 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 do.